Hello students, now let us continue our discussion where we had stopped. In my previous session, we learned the solution of a non-homogeneous differential equation consists of two parts, that is yc, that is the complementary function, and the particular integral yp. Okay, so we also discussed when phi of x is e to the power ax, that is exponential function appearing on the right hand side, then what you have to do to get your yc was not at all a problem for you because you have already learned a homogeneous differential equation how to solve. The same you are going to do with a non-homogeneous differential equation, but when it comes to yp, you have to take care about the right hand side equation. I mean to say the right hand side of the equation, that is phi of x. Okay, the first case we learned, that was phi of x when it was e to the power ax. What we have to do, we have learned it. Okay, now let us continue the discussion further. When phi of x is either sine ax or cos x, no other trigonometric function is there in your syllabus, but if there is sine ax or cos ax, then what you have to do, we'll discuss that. Okay, so if a function, a differential equation is given to be something like this, say f of d into y is equal to sine ax or cos ax. Okay, so as usual, you take your yp as sine ax divided by f of d or cos ax divided by f of d, depending. If it is sine ax, you take sine x by f of d. If it is cos ax, you take it as cos ax divided by f of d. Okay, now further what you must do, yes, you should remember one rule here. Whenever you are having sine ax or cos ax in the numerator of this f of d, you replace, look at this, replace d square, not d, not d cube or anything, just d square by minus of a square. It is not minus a the whole square, it is minus a square only. Means you are going to find the square root, the square of the coefficient of x from the numerator, square it and take a negative sign to it and replace it wherever it is d square. Replace d square by that number. Okay, negative of it. Okay, similarly, yes, and yes, same thing is going to do, it's going to happen whenever you have cos ax also. Okay, so this is the case. Now in case if denominator f of d is turning 0 after doing this replacement, okay, if your denominator d is turning 0, okay, that is denominator dr is turning 0 whenever you are replacing d square by minus a square, then your yp should be same as how we had done in e to the power x ax case. You are going to take one x, multiply it in the numerator, x into sine ax, same rule, sine ax divided by f dash of d, that is derivative of f with respect to d. In case of cos, it will be x into cos of ax divided by f dash of d. Again in this we replace d square by minus of a square. Okay, if that denominator is not turning 0, then we keep the final answer. Okay, and I should mention here, provided, okay, so yes, this f of d, and you replace this if f of we cannot write it actually, provided f of d should not turn to 0 after doing this replacement. Okay, yes, then only we end up. Otherwise what we do is, if it is turning 0, we multiply x and take the same numerator, divide the denominator with respect to d. Okay, the same rule what we have learned before. And again if it is turning 0 after this replacement, again we do the same until we stop getting the denominator 0. Okay, now let us continue the last part, that is when you are having, yes, phi of x, the last case. This was case 2. Case 3 was if phi of x is a polynomial in x, polynomial in x. If it is a polynomial in x, so you will have f of d of y is equals to some phi of x, where this phi of x is a polynomial in x of some degree. Okay, in this case what we do is, we separate our yp as like this. Yp is equal to phi of x divided by f of d. Now here we do simple division. Before doing that division, you are going to rewrite the numerator and denominator in a particular pattern. What is that? You rewrite phi of x in the descending powers of x. Okay, for example, I'll just give you an example, then it will be clear. Say your phi of x is x cube plus x, okay, plus x to the power 4 plus 1. Okay, so I will write the phi of x in such a way that in the standard form it should be. What do I mean by this? I rewrite phi of x in the descending powers of x. How will you write in the descending powers of x? It will be first x to the power 4, then x to the power 3, then x square is not there, then 1. Okay, so this is called the descending powers of x, representation of phi of x in the descending powers of x. That same thing we are going to do here. That is, write the terms in descending powers of x. Descending powers of x divided by, whereas denominator you write f of d in the ascending powers of d. Okay, in ascending powers of d. Okay, the terms in denominator you write in ascending powers of d. Okay, say for example your f of d is d square plus d plus 1. So you are going to rewrite in this thing in ascending powers of d, that is 1 plus d square. Okay, and further we divide it, and how to divide it we'll discuss with the problems only. Okay, let's continue with the problems on this. Now here is one problem I have brought for you. Solve y double dash plus 2y dash plus y is equal to cos hyperbolic x by 2. Okay, so as you see, now you must be thinking, ma'am, there is cos hyperbolic x by 2. But what is cos hyperbolic x by 2? As per the definition of cos hyperbolic function, it is e to the power x by 2 plus e to the power minus x by 2 divided by 2. Okay, so we are going to replace it here. So it is of type 1. This example is of type 1 where phi of x is exponential term appearing on the right hand side. Okay, so first let us look into this equation and let us rewrite that equation in the standard form. In standard form you replace every d by dx by capital D. So you have to write it as d square plus 2d plus 1 of y is equal to, I am replacing this cos hyperbolic x. Okay, first let us write it as it is, later we will replace. Okay, because we do not have enough space. Okay, this is how we write it. Done? Yes. Now the bracket we are having. Okay, so write your auxiliary equation. It will be m square plus 2m plus 1 is equal to 0. So we have got the auxiliary equation AE as m square plus 2m plus 1 is equal to 0, or we can write it as m plus 1 whole square is equal to 0, or m plus 1 is equal to 0, or that is equal to m equals minus 1 twice we can write. Yes, m equals minus 1 twice, or yes, so you are having m is equal to minus 1 minus 1. So what should be yc? Yc, because the roots are real and they are equal. So follow the rule how to write yc when the roots are real and equal. So you have c1 plus xc2, because there are two roots, so two terms in your yc. Okay, and both are equal, so e to the power minus x. We are done with half part of it, of its solution. Now all we have to do is just work for yp. So let's continue working for yp here. Yes, to write for yp, I told you a number of times, you are going to see this equation and separate your y from this equation. So, and write it as yp is equals to, the particular integral yp is, y is equals to, it will be cos hyperbolic x by 2 divided by this complete bracket, that is d square plus 2d plus 1. Okay, I hope that is clear. Now we'll replace what is cos hyperbolic x from here. Okay, so it is e to the power x by 2 plus e to the power minus x by 2 divided by d square plus 2d plus 1. Okay, or we can separate, yes, both the terms and divide it by 2. This is actually cos hyperbolic, this divided by 2 I should write, 1 minute, okay. And also this 1 by 2 I'll take it outside, okay. Cos hyperbolic x by 2 I have already written in the beginning what its value is, okay. So we'll use it here. So 1 by 2 is taken outside and we are separating the terms now. So it will be e to the power x by 2 divided by d square plus 2d plus 1 plus e to the power minus x by 2 divided by d square plus 2d plus 1. So we'll solve it together now. So for this part, you see there is an exponential term divided by a function of d, an expression in terms of d, again an exponential function with a expression of d in the denominator. So therefore, yes, half aside. Okay, so what is the rule? You should replace every d by the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x in the numerator is what? It is half in the first part, whereas it is minus half in the second term. Okay, so the first term we are simplifying, x by 2. You have to replace here d by half plus half. Okay, so it will be what? Half whole square plus 2 into half plus 1. Done? We are done with the first part. Okay, plus e to the power minus x by 2 as it is divided by, here this time we have to replace d by minus half because the coefficient for x in the numerator for the second term is minus half. So replace it. So it will be minus half whole square plus 2 times minus half plus 1. Complete the bracket. Now simplify it further. It is half e to the power x by 2 divided by half whole square is 1 by 4. Here 2 and 2 will get cancelled, 1 plus 1 you will get. That plus e to the power minus x by 2 divided by minus half whole square is plus 1 by 4. This 2 gets cancelled. You will have minus 1 plus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 gets cancelled here. And 1 plus 1, 2. 2 plus 1 by 4 you have to do. So e to the power x by 2, 2 plus 1 by 4. So it is 1 by 4 plus 2 over here plus e to the power minus x by 2 divided by 1 by 4. Okay. Or further if we simplify, it will be half e to the power x by 2 divided by, you take the LCM. Yes, you take the LCM. I hope it is seen there. Yeah. It's 4 is the LCM. 4 to the 8. 8 plus 1, 9. 9 by 4 plus e to the power minus x by 2 divided by 1 by 4. Okay. Or it is equal to 4. It's common to both. It will come to the numerator. So 4 by 2 e to the power x by 2 divided by 9 plus e to the power minus x by 2 into 4. Because yeah, I hope that 4 how it is come out up, you have understood. So you will get 2. So 2 into e to the power x by 2 divided by 9 plus e to the power minus x by 2. This is your YP. Okay, this is your YP. Now therefore the general solution, you are going to write general solution, that is YC plus YP. What was our YC? YC was C1 plus XC2 into e to the power minus x plus YP we have got, it is 2 times e to the power x by 2 divided by 9 plus e to the power minus x by 2. This is the complete solution of this problem. If you have any doubt, do ask me in our WhatsApp group. Okay. I hope this is clear to everyone. It's very easy. Just see here. Up till here, you all know how to write the solution YC. Only this part is new thing for you. In that also, you have cos hyperbolic x definition very well known. Okay, so use it. Separate the terms. Just replace the denominator by, yes, in denominator every d should be replaced by the coefficient of x from the numerator. Here the coefficient of x is plus half, whereas here the coefficient of x is minus half. Accordingly we have substituted and then we have simplified to get the solution for YP. Once we get YP, what we do is we write the general solution as GS is equal to YC plus YP, which is this. Okay, this completes the solution for this problem. Continue in my next session with some more interesting problems.